Thank you for tuning into our seller interview series. Up today, we've got a service business for sale in the video production niche. Created in October 2015, this business makes $4,913 per month in net profit, and the listing number for the business is 45288. We do these interviews to give potential buyers more information about both the seller and the businesses they're looking to purchase. We hope these insights are helpful for you in making a buying decision. We've got the seller with us today to go through the business and cover everything from niche selection to traffic and monetization. Alejandro, thank you for coming on here today. How are you doing?
Oh, great. How are you, Jay?
I'm doing fantastic myself. Thank you for asking. And I really do appreciate you taking the time to get on with me to discuss this business. You know, it's a very interesting business. I love the concept of it, and I'm excited to figure out how it came to be and, how it's run today. But before we dive into the questions that I have for you, I want to go ahead and run through a little quick summary of the business. Again, it was built in October of 2015, has a monthly revenue of $5,638, expenses of $725 to make for a net profit of $4,913, which is generated on a 12-month average. Included in sale of this business are the primary domain and all site content and files, an additional domain for the Spanish-speaking market and all site content and files, all project files for existing videos, social media accounts, email list, Gmail account, and SOPs. Alejandro, can you tell us a little bit about your background in building and running online businesses?
Well, actually, my background from college and everything, I'm actually a lawyer. So I started this business. It was kind of a test of my abilities as a business person, and basically set up the business because I saw an opportunity at the time, and it's still definitely an opportunity in the production video niche. And I decided to give it a go. I have some creative talent myself, and so it came easy to me to start it and start developing the process and handling the production of the videos. Of course, there was a learning curve there, but I managed to put everything together and basically build a pretty nice business that has very good clients, a nice client base that supports the business on a consistent basis. And it's been running smoothly for the past few years, and it's basically the way it started and how we got to where we are today.
So you mentioned that you have a little bit of creativity in you. So that makes me wonder then what role you have in, producing the videos for the business.
Well, as of now, I basically handle everything through party contractors. I put together some of the videos myself because, the process is fairly simple once you have the pieces together, and we have a great team of third-party, contractors that work with me. I basically take all the parts of the production and put them together or, pay somebody to do it depending on the type of production. But it's a fairly simple process once you know what you have to do through each step of the production, which is, very simple, obviously, for someone that has never produced a video or something like that. It may be, a little more challenging, but we have a very straightforward process in place that, outlines all the steps to get from an inquiry by a client to the production of the video.
So you would be able to walk a new owner through that process then?
Yes. It's very simple. And, every step of the process, the new owner, depending on the role that the new owner has in mind for the business, how much hands-on person wants to be, he or she will be able to, delegate everything into a third party, or take care of some parts of the business himself. It's a matter of what role, the new owner wants to have in the business. But if you want to run this business, completely hands-free, it's perfectly possible because all you need to do basically is, first of all and foremost, take care of your clients, the inquiries, everything, and then follow the steps of the production and lean on the contractors that can take care of producing all the parts of the video.
So then if you had to quantify how many hours it takes on your end from the owner with this team in place, how many hours would you say it takes per week from you?
Well, if you take the role of, putting together, for example, some of the videos or things like that, you would probably, on average, I think it would be no more than 8 hours a week on average. Because the thing is that If you take on part of the production by putting together the elements you have received from your contractors, then that's when you're gonna put a little more time into the business. But the thing is that at the current rate of projects we have on average per month, you may have a week where you don't have a project at all. So you're only, maybe answering two emails or things like that. So on a given week, you may, be just sitting or doing something else, obviously, but not, really working on the business, but just waiting on projects to come in, or maybe, just coordinating tasks by the contractor, so any ongoing projects, things like that. But when the time comes to put together an animation or a video, then if you take on an active role in regards to that part of the production, then you may invest. On average, I think would be like 8 hours or less per week. If you completely outsource everything, which is perfectly possible without, sacrificing quality, then you probably would be on the computer basically answering emails and just coordinating orders and tasks with the contractors, and that would take you probably 3 hours a week. I don't think would be more than that if you outsource everything.
Can you walk me through the business model? How do you make money?
Well, the business model is very simple. From the start, we set up a website, and that website at the beginning, well, at a time where SEO was a little simpler, we did some SEO, and that started bringing some nice traffic. We were ranking at the time for some good traffic terms, and we started building a client base that kept on building even as the traffic slowed down. But basically, the business model and everything starts with an inquiry by a client through our website or a direct call. We have phone numbers listed on the website. And so as we receive the inquiries, we immediately reply. We have templates, with the general information that the client might be interested in. And of course, we go into the specifics of what the client wants to know. Obviously, if the client is asking specific questions, we provide the client the answer to the questions and then provide them with information, to make a decision in terms of what is the process, how long it takes, the cost, etc., all the options that they may have for the production. And that way, we make it easier for them to make a decision. Once the client makes a decision to move forward, we determine with them how many minutes of productions they want and, provide them with a quote for the project. And they pay us, via PayPal, or if it's a corporate client, where they have a more complex procurement process, then they usually will pay in 30 days or something like that after the invoice has been issued to them. So once the project starts, well, the production process will take about 20 days. And, if we were paid up front, basically we complete the project. If the client needs any adjustments or revisions, we take care of that. And that's it. Once the project is complete and the client is satisfied with the video, the cycle of the production ends. And if it's a client that has a different procurement process that takes longer to pay or something like that, well, we simply await payment and complete the project for them until they're satisfied. But it's just a matter of either having our existing clients request new productions, which is often the case, or new clients coming to the website, visit, inquire through the contact form, or call us. And then, some clients may need, before they start the project, some clients like to have a phone conversation to learn more about the process and things like that. But in general, it's mostly over email that everything takes place. And there's let's say, a backup in all the email conversations of all the projects with everything, all the details. We like to keep everything in writing with the clients in terms of what they asked, what their options they chose and things like that, so that everything is clear in the future, to make sure that the project runs smoothly from beginning to end. But yes, it's a simple business model, and you usually get paid up front, except for big corporate clients that they cannot pay immediately, because it's not like a specific person that pull out their wallet and pay you via PayPal, but they have to go through procurement process and approvals and things like that. And then usually bigger companies tend to work that way, and so to them, we give them the benefit of, waiting for the payment because we know they're good for it.
Yeah, and of course, with such high levels of recurring traffic, you're going to build up a little bit of trust there between you and your clientele.
Yes.
How do you primarily gain new customers, though? What's your main traffic source?
Well, the traffic is basically Google. The new clients that come in, on a yearly basis, all of them come from the search engines. We don't have that much traffic to the website, but still we get traffic every month. And, we see when we analyze the stats of the site and the traffic and the visitors and everything, we obviously can see people, looking around. And so every now and then, some of those convert into clients. And so every year we gain probably, I don't know the exact number, probably over 10 clients, new clients every year. But that little number, as much as it may seem a small number, but the thing is that, usually the projects tend to be over 1,000, 3,000. We just had a project recently, which was around $15,000 total. And so those kind of things are common in this business because the video production, even though we don't have very high rates, we still, have some healthy rates per minute. And when a client comes and tells you, I need a 4 or 5 minute video, which is not uncommon, then you are looking at a contract for $2,000 to $3,000. So only 10 clients can amount to easily, I don't know, probably $20,000 to $30,000 in a year.
And then you have an email list and social media accounts. How are those utilized?
At this point, we are not doing any marketing either to our email list or our social media accounts. We basically set that up, but I haven't been able, I'm doing really other things. And it's kind of, I never focused on email marketing, as crazy as it may seem, but I've always been doing other stuff and focusing on other things. And email marketing, I haven't really taken advantage of the list I have. And the same goes for social media. We, set up the Facebook page and things like that. But we haven't really developed those channels, either YouTube or Facebook. We just, been relying on the traffic we get from Google, as well as some referrals and repeat business from our client base. That's what has kept everything going, consistently for the past 3 years. But obviously, that's a great area of opportunity for someone that is willing to take that list and wake them up because I'm sure we have many clients that are dormant, maybe have projects in mind and things like that, and just maybe they're waiting either for a nudge or also maybe new opportunities in terms of video styles and things like that. I see that as well as an area of opportunity to start producing video in different styles than the ones we produce right now. But yeah, we have that resource there, the email list and the social media pages that we are not really exploiting right now, but definitely if we did, I'm sure we would be getting more business.
So improving the marketing and utilizing those other channels is definitely an opportunity for this business, trying to drive new customers. What do you feel are some other opportunities for growth for this business?
Well, I think definitely SEO is one of them. Right now, like I mentioned before, we have a small amount of traffic per month that we get naturally, without any paid advertising or anything like that. But I do think that doing some SEO, not only in terms of maybe building quality backlinks to the website or adding more content to the website on a regular basis, that's something I have also failed to do. I started at some point doing that, but kind of stopped at some point. And really, I think that, legwork that is needed in terms of SEO, there's some dedication in terms of building up the authority of the website so that it pulls more traffic from Google. That would be surely another factor that would surely increase the number of clients and obviously the revenue. Also, I think that I personally built this website. I've become, over the years, a bit of an entrepreneur in every way, and I developed skills to put together, websites and optimize them and everything. But obviously, I do not consider myself an authority in the field. So someone that also take the website maybe and improve the conversion. Let's say, maybe there are some things in the layout that I don't see. The new owner might have some expertise, or someone in Steam that can, optimize the website for more conversions. That will surely also make a difference, because the thing is that instead of getting, let's say, 10 clients per year, you get 15. That's going to be a lot of more money because each client translates into usually more than $1,000 at least. So just any little improvement is going to have a big impact in terms of the revenue and profit, of course.
You also have this Spanish website, correct?
Yes, yes.
Can you explain what's going on with that site?
Okay, yes. At some point, I was, let's say, almost completely focused on this business. I decided to launch that website for the term presentaciones animadas, which is basically, I would say, the main term in Spanish for this kind of videos that we do. And it's a fairly low competition keyword, given the Spanish market is not as tough as English speaking market. But the thing is, I set up that website, and then at the time I started focusing on other projects as well. So I kind of spread myself too thin, and I didn't really develop it beyond, the basic landing page for the business, and obviously the domain, which is a perfect domain for the term, because it's the full term for the Spanish word. So the website is there. Obviously, I think the English-speaking market is the more valuable market, but if you can also gain some traction in the Spanish-speaking market with that term, it has some traffic potential based on the keyword analysis tools. Several of them, can determine that. There's some traffic potential if that website is ranked, anywhere near to the first page or first positions of Google. So that website, having the right term in the domain and everything, could be a nice addition for the business to help the new owner achieve some traction in the Spanish-speaking market, and obviously add some clientele additional to the one that is already at the main website.
You've used PBN services in the past, correct?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So other than just, the general risks with using PBN services, what sort of risks do you see this business having that a new owner should be aware of?
Well, really nothing more, because as I mentioned, when we were setting up all the information for the website, we really didn't do much of an active marketing effort other than trying to rank in the search engines. And that was at the very beginning, few months campaign that ran. I don't remember exactly who was the provider for that one. But then we got some quality PBN backlinks from providers we have used in the past for other projects. And that had some effect, but getting to the first page was proving hard at the time that we were pursuing the first page. So we basically, at the time, we decided to settle for the traffic we were getting, and at some point pursue maybe a new SEO strategy, but that never happened because I started focusing on other things, and the business kept on running and turning a profit and everything, but we really didn't actively pursue any other marketing efforts. I think the new owner, in terms of risk, I don't think there are many, because the traffic that the website has right now is basically steady. It's natural traffic. The website is not moving up or down in the search engines. I don't think, it is precisely because we're not doing anything to either improve or increase our rankings. It's remained like that, I don't know, probably for the last 2 years or something like that. So whatever traffic and whatever potential for new clients that the website offers as it is right now, I think it will remain the same unless the new owner does something different than what we have been doing right now. Until now, sorry.
If you had to give one piece of advice to a new entrepreneur who wants to get started with a service business, what advice would that be?
Well, definitely, I think what helped this business and has helped me in other businesses I worked on is, first of all, having a great service, always, being there for the client, making sure that they're happy. I've had difficult clients, that you always get some of those. But if you work with them, first of all, they basically give you challenges that maybe you weren't, taking on, but that helps you improve your service and in the end helps you gain a lot of loyalty because those clients, the difficult ones, are the ones who tend to appreciate more the fact that, somebody kind of understands them and is willing to work with them because as you may, those clients will always find some kind of resistance from service providers because, maybe the service provider thinks that the client is being abusive or something like that. And one of the secrets, I think, has been always delivering for the client, even if at some point that means, spending a little more money on the project or things like that. But my experience has been that if you ensure that you have 100% satisfaction rate, that will turn into a lot more money in the future because that will get you referrals, would get you, more projects from that client. And I had cases even, I remember one case where one client wasn't really happy with the first project we did for them. But, we worked until we did everything we could so that he was happy. And in the end, we didn't really know if he was. Turns out that, after a few months, he came back with a really big project. And so we started working on that new project. And with that one, fortunately, he was thrilled with the end result. But the thing is that we dealt with that difficult situation and, make the most of it, try to make the client happy. And in the end, even though he seemed like he wasn't really satisfied, well, he was because maybe, regardless of the end result of that particular project, he was very happy with the service. So he came back with, substantially bigger project and things like that happen all the time. So when you think that you may be losing money because you are, let's say, overworking for a particular client, that is not the case. You should always invest. Look at that as an investment in your business. And regardless of the profit that you may see or not see for that particular project, that's an investment in the future of your business that will translate either in business from that client or maybe referrals. That's also another part. You want all your clients to recommend you whenever somebody asks about, a service that you provide. So that's one thing, being there for your client, ensuring that you are always putting them first, regardless of any other consideration. And the second thing, obviously, is being, having some kind of differentiator. In our case, I think it was the fact that we delivered good product, service, and our price was competitive. And I think it remains competitive. So much so that many clients couldn't believe that, we were including so many things into the videos and into the productions at the price we were offering. So I think having, obviously a good product that it's different in some way and at a good price and combined with a first class customer service all the time, that will ensure that you have loyalty from clients, you have referrals, and ultimately you have a business that even without being, the first page of Google or anything, still can consistently bring in $5,000 profit per month.
Would you commit to a non-compete?
Oh, yes. Actually, I don't want to be producing videos for a little. I'm focusing on other things right now. And that's precisely one of the reasons right now willing to let go of the business, because I want to completely focus on other things that I'm finding more interesting right now. And obviously having the funds that I would, get from the sale will help me with other projects as well.
How much support are you willing to offer a new owner during the transition period?
Well, I mean, during the transition period, I would think 30 days would be enough, just to get the new owner acquainted with everything that needs to be done to run the business. I'll be setting up a number of tutorials, explaining and outlining how the process works from the minute you get an inquiry all the way to the production phase of the videos, so that, the client, or if the client appoints someone, let's say a virtual assistant or something like that, they will have a library of know-how that they can go to. But obviously, I'm willing to, during the transition period, be there to help them, answer any questions, even if I have to get myself involved a little just to make sure that they're handling things right with the clients and things of that sort, I would be willing to do that as well. And after the period has ended, I think, I wouldn't have a problem to answer the phone or answer an email at any time, with any questions regarding the process or regarding how to handle a particular situation. Because, that's kind of everything we did in the past. I want the new owner to have that knowledge right away once we, transfer the website and everything. I want to transfer, as much know-how as I can in terms of the way we handle things over the last few years with the clients, with the projects, everything, so that the new owner can still do the same and replicate what we did and, keep enjoying the same success that we enjoyed since we started the business.
Hey, Alejandro, thank you very much for taking the time with me today. It's very clear that one, you're passionate about this business, and two, that you've really built something that can be run without a ton of time from the owner as you have this team involved, but you can also step in and put some time in to try to take it to the next level. I really appreciate you taking the time with me, but before I let you go, I want to hear in your own words, why do you feel like this is a business worth buying?
Well, I think the main reason I think a business worth buying is because it's a business that delivers a service that will always be in demand. And I think, it's going to be more in demand as time passes because video production is only getting, more and more awareness by people that, might have not considered using a video in the past. Everybody's kind of getting up to date and to the fact that you need a video at some point, either for promotion or either for explaining things internally within a company. Video is going to be always in demand. And well, as I said before, we have been focusing on specific production styles. And right now, if you open the business to other production styles, which would obviously provide a wider array of offer in terms of pricing and styles, I'm sure that, there's only upside for the business at this point, I think that's a business that right now it's running on its own. It's running on its own two legs without help from anything, paid traffic or anything. So any little effort put by someone that is willing to take it to the next level is going to make a big difference.
Thank you very much for taking the time to be on here with me today. I really appreciated it.
Thank you, Jake. Thank you for the opportunity to talk to you and explain a little about the business. And, if you have any other questions, just shoot me an email and we can do another interview.
If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe to our channel. And if you want more information, the link will be below the video that will take you to this marketplace listing. If you're watching this on the listing page and want more information, become a depositor today. When you make the deposit, one of our business advisors will be in contact with you, and you'll be given everything you need to review this business. Have a great day.